Hello everyone, this is Sean Ray, also known as Clossi Online. I am back with another game review video between a 16Q and a 10Q. The 16Q is black, the 10Q is white, and there is 7.5 Komi. So this is Division D, I believe. Alright, so usually you don't start with a 3-4 and a cross, because if you start it in the cross, then that means black can easily play here, and when you take the open corner, black can approach you with support. So it's very similar to playing this, where black can approach you with support. And usually that's a little good for your opponent. So if you're going to play cross, you normally don't 3-4. Normally if you wanted to 3-4, you choose this one, and then maybe this one, or this one. And if you wanted a Shamari in this direction, you could also think about this move. But usually you don't want to give your opponent a free approach move if you're white, because that kind of makes the game a little easy for them. All right, so I choose another 3-4. Black does get the approach, so black will be able to approach with support. All right, so knight's move is perfectly fine. Okay. So normally when you have a third line stone, you can also consider this, because you're building up the top side and making it very solid. On this board, you could even do it this way. But this is also fine. It's just usually you don't have a third line stone when you're going to choose a pincer. But can't be bad. Can't be bad. Ah, big mistake. Big mistake. White doesn't know the punishment. Okay. So the Joseki is actually Nobi. And then white jumps. The reason is you cannot play the Hane with a one-space pincer because of this white stone. So white actually threatens to connect. And if black tries to cut, then white can go here. So this stone's in danger, so if black chooses to save this stone, then white comes back here, and these three stones are dead because of the wedge. So there's actually nothing black can do after white plays this cut. Either the A stone will die or the B stones will die. One of those two will die. So that is why you cannot play the Hane at A when there's a white stone on the outside, because the liberties are bad and you can attack B very severely. So this Hane is not Joseki when there's a stone on the outside. Touching on the head, 90% of the time, this is not the best Joseki. So usually, pros will say, don't even worry about ever playing this Joseki, because 90% of the time, it's not right. It's wrong direction or something. Or there's a better Joseki. So on this board, you do have a third line, so you can choose this Joseki again. And then go approach with something, or here. But this attach, usually you don't see it very often. So pros say actually amateurs can get away with just never playing this move, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, so you're building up your area. It is a little bit low, so be wary of that. Okay, Joseki, Joseki. I believe I want to say the Joseki's here, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Let's just see how this move plays out. All right, so when they do that, you want to exchange Atari, and then attack it somehow. I want to say here, because now if they try to cut, these three stones die. So they can't cut. Here they go here. You just Hane, Atari, and then fix. So black can actually attack these two stones with a variation like this. But I'm not sure what the best move is, but this feels a little defensive. I would play a 2-space here as white. Oh yeah, so for white, actually, just jump back. Just fix the cut, or just jump back, or maybe play a knight's move, or knight's move, and then black fixes, and then white goes and makes a big position. If white is worried about this area, then let's see. White has 10, 16, 20, about 30 points for white. Well, I could also think to go here. That way, there's an empty triangle in black shape. And then black tries to reduce, and then white can reduce. So black gets this area, white gets this area, so it's an even trade. So black only has about 6 points more than white in this area. And white just simply reduces. And if black tries to simply protect his area, then white could easily build the center. And this is a rough example. But I think just take the corner and then reduce, and it'll be perfectly fine for you. But invading right here seems a little dangerous, especially since black can connect in Sente, or at least threaten to cut if black connects. Black could also consider a pincer, and if white goes here, just sacrifice the 2 stones. So it feels like this is a little difficult for white to play with. So normally you protect weak groups first, and then you can try and go in. And I think reducing will be easier. Here, though, it's 3 space extension with a stone on both sides. So this actually does work. And then white's forced to run. This is a little defensive. Jumps are usually for running away, or for getting out quickly, or for building up. You're not really building, and you're not weak, so there's no reason to run. So if you wanted to put pressure, you would play a knight's move. Knight's moves are the shape that are used for attacking. So I would definitely play a knight's move here. Okay, this is fine. But actually, you ignored a weak group. I don't think that's fine. Defend your weak group. Weak groups first. Weak groups first. This bottom side is not as weak as the right side. And if I was black, I would attack immediately. Force white to run away. And then I could attack it more severely later. Or locally, I could do this. And then maybe just go on the left after that. Or just go on the left immediately. The bottom side is not the biggest side, and it's also not a very good invasion because you can't jump in either direction. So normally you want to pick one or the other, so that way you have a jump for some eyes. So this is a bad invasion and also bad timing. So first things first, we look at weak groups. We look at our weak groups. We don't have any. Our opponent's weak groups. We can attack and gain profit. And then we look for the big moves. Open corners, there are none. Open sides, there's the left side. So you can do an approach, or a wedge. So there is an open side. So I would definitely go for that open side, which is on the left. And it's much easier to deal with than this move, which is just going to let your opponent attack you. White, I would go high, so that way you put pressure while also making a Shimari. But Shimari is good, calm move. We got to think about profit here. Are you trying to support the weak group? Are you trying to worry about your group? Because if you're trying to make points, I would attack from this side. If you're worried about this group, I would play a 1-point jump and then get Sente to come back here. And if you're worried about this group, I would just play on it. Maybe here, maybe here. I would just play on it. Because this group is actually weaker than these 2 stones. Alright, but this is possible. Okay, don't change direction like this. That's usually not good. Rather, just play here, and if he jumps, you can play here. If you have a consistent direction, you'll get more profit. Ooh, 2 weak groups. Bad timing. You have a weak group. Weak groups first before you play a big move. So try to live. Maybe you can cut here. Maybe you can make shape. Then once you're alive, then you can start thinking about. Let's just say this is alive. Once you're alive, then you can start thinking about other stuff. So here, weak group first, then big move, and you want to kind of approach a high stone if you want to invade. So you have a jump back, you have a slide, you have follow-ups. This one is one of those in between again. So really get rid of these. This is a common beginner mistake. This has no follow-up to jump on either side, so it's actually the worst invasion. So, but this is the first thing our eyes go for is symmetry. So this is actually something you want to get rid of. Touching weak stones is not good. First, unsettle, then surround. That's how you attack. Unsettle, surround. Unsettle, surround. So this is what I would do here. Pete, force that tiger's mouth into an empty triangle, and then split. This is not really splitting the two weak groups. It's only attacking one group. You can attack both. Elephant's Eye, definitely want to cut that. Keeping your opponents disconnected will be very powerful. This is very defensive because a knight's move is usually used for attacking, but this is not a weak group, so it has to be defending here. But the connection actually isn't secure, so white has to go here. So you're defending with a knight's move for one, and for two, you're defending a group that's already alive. This group's not weak. It has a base. It has two eyes. So I'm not sure why. I think this move's a little bit wasted. Yeah, good that you're defending. I really want to get this move in. Actually, no, I don't. I lied. Yeah, I do. Because it threatens the cut and also fixes your cut. And then just fix. Get your base. You really need your base. This is still invadable. Like right here. Jump. You're playing off the stronger begin. This group's already alive. So you should be playing off the weak group, or you should be attacking the weak group. This jump only helps black attack you. So I think this one's missing the point. This jump looks like it's trying to reduce a moyo, but if you attack and gain profit, you can reduce the moyo and sente by attacking. So this one is a little slack. Black does get to defend while responding, and another jump. So if you look, this entire area, white's getting 1 point per move. So these moves are all really, really slow. So I think these moves are can definitely be improved. Black, I've been speaking a lot about white's moves. Let's go back for black's. You need to defend your weak group first. Before you do anything else, you need to defend your weak group. Fix your cut. Make some shape. You need to defend weak groups. Because that's what I'm telling white as well. Defend the weak groups. You really got to defend the weak groups. These are a lot of moves that are not on the weak groups and not the biggest move. We're defending the center, but there's no side. You can't have a center without a side, because then I just walk in and take it away. These moves are a bit small, but okay. This one's good, actually. Because we got a base. Yep. Get a base. Small. Okay, but I think endgame's just always going to be small at this level, relatively speaking, because it's hard to get good at endgame at this level. And it's also not the most important thing. So I think I'm going to stop the review here. I think we have plenty to work on. So my advice for black is work on improving your invasions and really focus on the weak groups first. If you defend your weak groups first, you won't have to worry about them for the rest of the game. You can do what you want. But if you don't have a base and you're not connecting and you're not giving yourself options when you invade, and you're invading next to a weak group, which gives you two weak groups, then the game's just going to be so much more difficult for yourself. So don't do that. Try to work on your invasion and your invasion timings. And also try to get a base and try to get connected. Additionally, try to look to your opponent's bases after you're okay. Because you could have attacked the right group and you never did. So I think work on weak groups and bases. That'll be very beneficial for you. For white, I think pick a direction and stick to it when you attack, and also don't underestimate attacking for profit. It's very, very valuable to attack for profit in Sente, and then you can go back and do what you want. But like I told black, defend your weak groups first, because this right side group could have been attacked this whole game, like for most of the game. But if you had defended it, then you could have attacked these two groups without any worry whatsoever. Also, be consistent with your direction. You should have attacked from the left side and built up the side rather than the bottom side, because the left side is a larger area, so you could build it much bigger. So attack from the left side was nice. This move was nice, but you should have been more consistent and stayed on the same side. I think maybe you were trying to support your weak group, but if that was the case, you should have just defended your weak group and then got back to the left side and built it in Sente. So that was, I think, the big stuff that you can learn from this game. So hopefully you guys find that helpful, and hopefully that will help you guys improve your games in the future. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.